Welcome to AWS Earth Day segment with our partner Splunk. I am Grobelny, one of your hosts and developer advocate here at AWS, joined by my co-host Art.
Hey, I'm Art Baudo. I'm a principal product marketing manager at AWS, and I'm really excited to be here, and I'm really excited to have Splunk out here. So Gretchen, welcome aboard. And can you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what you do at Splunk?
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here for Earth Day. Very exciting. Thank you for the warm welcome. So I'm Gretchen O'Hara. I'm Vice President of our Worldwide Channels and Alliances here at Splunk, responsible for our overall ecosystem and partner strategy and working together with AWS as one of our very most strategic partners. And I'm really excited to be here on this day in particular because I am personally very passionate about sustainability. AWS and Splunk together have worked very hard to build out the opportunity of how we can serve our customers better on your own sustainability journey. So I'd love to get into that and get started.
Yeah. I wanted to take a moment too and talk real quickly about that partnership because, the team I'm on the GameDay team. We're maybe a little small footnote in the long storied history of the Splunk AWS partnership. We did a GameDay at reInvent with you all, but Gretchen, please tell us. I think 10 plus years we've been partners and working together. What are some of the things? What are some of the highlights that people should know about our partnership?
Well, I think, the point you just made, 10 years, that's a long time in this industry. And we've really built joint strategic collaboration, co-innovation together, which is really exciting. We've been a very strong ISV for AWS, a marketplace provider with AWS infrastructure, and of course, very strong partner for you all on the security and observability side. But that's just not all. It's been a very mature relationship, as we talked about. We've been top AWS migration partner of the year, ISV partner of the year, and we most recently launched a 5-year strategic collaboration agreement with investments around sustainability. And so that's what we're talking about, is we do a lot on the innovation side, but the opportunity to really address sustainability as a technology challenge and opportunity is why we're all here. Sustainability, at the end of the day, is a big data problem. And it's how do you get insights from that data and be able to make logical decisions around that data so that you can reduce your carbon footprint. You can look at sort of water and waste and start to take actionable steps towards your sustainability journey.
So, Gretchen, I know that Splunk has been long known for tackling some of the hardest observability problems, and those have become kind of a mainstay, if you will, of your own operations centers and security in particular. How do you translate those into some of that sustainability into the problems that you're able to solve using security and taking advantage of the operational space that you have?
Now, it's a great question. I mean, I think first and foremost, everyone's sustainability journey is a little different. And working with customers around the world, everyone is in some sort of maturity as they think about what sustainability is. But back to how we work better together, we build some incredible dashboards that allow you to have very instant insights into what and how you want to be able to operate in that business. And if you think about, if priority one just is around reducing carbon emissions, and of course, there's much more to sustainability than just carbon, but just starting there for a second, just by migrating to the cloud already is a big step on your sustainability journey. And of course, we can help you do that in partnership with you all at AWS. Moving on from that, you just sort of mentioned one of the best things that we are able to do is provide insight in with security and observability. It's no different when you think about sustainability. What are the things that are coming out from the data that are telling you to save energy, reduce carbon, start to reduce waste, looking at efficiencies in the data? And when you have that dashboard and you have the capability to understand that, you can get efficiencies in essentially your digital footprint.
Yeah, Gretchen, I think that's massively important to call out because I think from a technical person standpoint, looking at a problem like sustainability, you don't feel equipped to deal with it necessarily, but surprise, you actually have all the tools that you already need. It's just exactly like the same problems you're dealing with when you're dealing with security investigations, when you're dealing with operational efficiencies, things like that, except it's just different data points. And you all have built this sustainability toolkit at Splunk. Do you want to talk a little bit more about what that toolkit includes? I know we've mentioned some dashboards too.
Well, I think the first thing is the sustainability toolkit is essentially something where you can start to understand what those challenges are, and then ultimately be able to provide education and some licensing to help you understand where and how you build your own sustainability journey and what your commitments are to sustainability. And of course, then it has frameworks and interesting points of data that you can be able to leverage across your organization. And we're learning that too. I mean, we're in the journey just like every other customer out there. We announced in 2021 our intent to be net zero in greenhouse gas by 2050. And we're continuing to build essentially our sustainability roadmap ourselves. When we do that, we can basically build a toolkit for our joint customers that really equip those organizations with the tools that are going to align that holistic view of the insights that you and I were just talking about around your carbon footprint, and be able to make sure that you can report, whether that is to the board, whether that is to government agencies, et cetera, what your sustainability imperatives are, and also have a roadmap of how you're going to improve that over the future. We're on that journey as well, and we're putting that all into the toolkit. And I'll just mention one more thing. While you're tuning in here on Earth Day, the reality is that sustainability is one of the top 5 priorities for CEOs across the board. Yeah. So if you are in that seat and trying to think about what do I need to be looking for in my business, one of those priorities will need to be sustainability. And then the challenge is inertia. What do I do? How do I get started? We want to provide together with AWS the learning paths, the education, and then of course the toolkit with those dashboards and data to help you take action earlier.
And I think that that's one of the awesome things about Splunk, the relationship with working with us is both your efficiency using the technology, but this sort of dashboard is a first step to giving people data that is actionable, that you can do something with as well. And a lot of times companies are out there and we have a lot of information. And the question is, like how to take action with it. And that's, I think, one of the advantages of the dashboard is provides that clear, concise way, and it gives you an idea of what to do and how to take advantage of it. And I think that problem isn't just that data, but it's also how technology can help solve some of those problems as well. And that's been some of that partnership relationship with AWS that you've had.
You're exactly right. I think there's no lack of data that's out there. It's really about how you put data to use and be able to provide visualization, reports, and lookups that will utilize that data and become more efficient in how you take action. And I think that is what AWS and Splunk bring together to our customers.
Now, Gretchen, this isn't just a technology problem at the end of the day, right? Especially when you're talking to people like CEOs, for example. These are leaders that approaching a problem using technology to assist in helping, but oftentimes they don't have enough knowledge to begin with about sustainability. So what are AWS and Splunk doing to help, uplift these leaders that, to help them better understand the problems they're facing when they look at sustainability?
It's a great question. So Splunk and AWS have partnered with leading sustainability advisory and education group. That group is called Earth 51. And it's really to provide a number of licenses to the Earth 51 Academy, which is the world's first climate positive training, offsetting 6 months of your own CO2. So just even to get started as a leadership level, think about being able to take advantage of these licenses for additional education and help understand how you can build out and become a leader in sustainability for your company itself.
That's amazing.
I think that's an awesome. Sorry, AM.
No, go ahead.
I just wanted to highlight the fact that that one of the positives here of Earth 51 is offsetting 6 months of CO2 emissions. I mean, this is a pretty significant offset here as well that I think we should highlight and not just kind of gloss over here with the importance of it, especially in today's world. 6 months is a pretty significant effort as well here. So maybe, Gretchen, we want to cover some of the other learnings and educations that we're both jointly committed to doing. I know you have published quite a few topics and ebooks and other webinars and other things as well that maybe we should highlight here.
Yeah, I think it's a really good call out. Most importantly, as I had said, we have published some additional reports that you can see in McKinsey as an example that talks about where and how the priorities of sustainability will help you not only just doing the right thing, but it's very good for business. We also have our own sustainability report as well. And so I would just encourage everyone to come out onto the Splunk website and take a look at how you can learn, how you can be more efficient with your sustainability journey, and then get ideas from the community of where and how we can come together through innovation, through technology, and quite frankly, through the AWS and Splunk platforms to be able to help serve the needs for you.
And I love the idea of all of us sharing and getting information and learning from each other, right? I mean, I think that that's the key, right? I mean, AWS has had that as part of many of our efforts. And I love, Splunk as well saying some of the same things, because it's all about a collective journey. We can learn from each other, right? I mean, we have to learn from each other to be
We
more
have to.
efficient,
And I think, one last thing I'll just say from that perspective and bringing back Earth 51, I mean, we have to continue to look at both, private and public partnerships. The partnership of Splunk and AWS coming together, it is important to bring the community together, to have those conversations, to look at public partnerships and where and how they can guide. But at the end of the day, I say talking to most customers, they'd have the desire. They oftentimes have already had a carbon pledge. Now, what do I do between here and now to actually go after what I'm setting up as my goals for the company and my commitment, quite frankly, to the board and the street? And if that's the case, this is where, again, AWS and Splunk can come to the table. We can showcase, visualize, and give you a roadmap through ideation of where and how you can accomplish that, but bring in additional community where we can talk together and learn. And that really is the power of how we're going to go tackle this together, is that community and learning journey.
Unfortunately, Gretchen, we are getting close to time here. I got to say, though, from personal experience, I'm a big fan of Splunk's operational security side dashboard. So I'm really excited to go check out the sustainability dashboards as well. So I urge everyone to go out and check out that sustainability toolkit. Gretchen, if I want to go get one of those Earth 51 licenses, do you have a recommendation for people to go sign up for one of those?
Yeah, I would just say visit the AWS and Splunk Driving Sustainability Leadership page, and you'll learn more, and you'll be able to request Earth 51 Academy licenses there. So come check it out. Again, love the partnership of AWS and Splunk together. Thank you for the strong partnership. And for all of those listening, thank you for tuning in for Earth Day. It's an incredibly important place for us to rally around to really make a difference around the globe. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us today, Gretchen. It's really been a pleasure to have this conversation. And these conversations where we talk about our partnerships, I think are really enabling for everyone else to take a look and join us all together on this journey. I think that that's the important thing. We're all kind of all in this together. And that's what this is about, sharing that information and those learnings to everybody.
Absolutely.
Well said. Thank
Hope
you so
to see
much.
you again, Gretchen, sometime in the future on AWS On Air. Art,
You can count on it.
Awesome. Thank you for co-hosting, Art. And we will be back with more from AWS Earth Day. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere.